Hey guys, what's up? Recruitment here. Basically gonna be doing this video. Basically gonna be entitled like how should I put it? Draft like recruiting. Basically we're doing some recruitment for our CS:GO team. We're trying to build our what was it like 4 or 5 man I think. Let's see here. Give me just 1 second to open this thing up because I want to make sure I have my notes. Okay, so basically we got our team. Excuse me, our team requirements. Basically, we're a competitive sports team based in the North America NA. So we're basically an NA group. So we'll be looking for people within that. Currently, looking people to join the team. Positions available, there's the entry fragger, support, flank or slash lurker or rifler. There's also the IGL, like there's the captain, like the group leader. Basically right now I kind of have like a group leader in mind, but we are looking for players who have an ability to take charge, understand the roles and things like that and what people need to do and stuff like that. So, basically, also, there's kind of going to be some like age requirements, like an age restriction a little bit, because if you're building a team, you're building a group, you gotta like keep the people within a certain age limit because if you happen to go across state lines, you have to be at least 18 or older. To be able to travel across your state line. So, like, if we have an event that's going on in Texas, everybody that has to, come from where they are to Texas, you got to be 18 or older, or have a parent or legal guardian. And we would like to try to stick away from having parents and legal guardians and all that kind of crap because it gets way too jumbled up, and it's just, it's a hassle. It's really a hassle. Because it puts the person in a lot more. You're giving another person a lot more responsibility, that kind of shit, to take care of your child, because you guys are going to an event, and I don't want that kind of responsibility. I don't want to have a ton of responsibility to take care of somebody. When we go out to these places. I mean, yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm on, I'm taking care of and, keeping watch over my players and things like that when we travel and things like that. But I don't want more and more and more and more responsibility with somebody because they're such a younger age. I want to make, I don't want to have to make sure that they don't go drinking. I don't need to deal with this. It's not my kid. It's not my problem. I mean, I understand they're one of my players. I need to make sure my players are good, but I can't be dealing with that. So I want to try to keep our players at least 17 or older so that we have, they don't need to be like 30, okay? I'm just saying, I want them to be at least an average of like 17 or over. Also, like experience-wise, we want to make sure, they know the call-outs for the active maps, like Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno, Cache, Overpass, Cobblestone, and Train. You gotta be, they're saying like at least a DMG and above, but, at this current time, we're trying to build a team. We're trying to build a group of people that can work together, communicate, and a whole bunch of other things. So I'm more not really looking for people that are like, well, I'm global elite. No, I'm not trying to go for the best, highest ranking person out there in the world, because just because that person's that ranked does not always mean they're that good. They could have just been in a lot of really good lobbies with a lot of good other players and just rode along for the ride. It can happen like that. No, I'm looking for people that, are at least... I mean, I can go as far as, like, Gold Nova 3. At least, as long as you're past Silver, like, past Silver, like, way far from Silver, I'm happy with that. You know, I want you to be at a decent rank, and just if anything, I just want the person to be a good player. I want them to be able to play with others and things like that. Um, they're also saying, you know, have to 300 plus hours. Anybody with less will still be considered. Yeah, basically, we will still consider you even if you have less than 300. But I mean, it's not a huge requirement. But I mean, I want people to at least have some kind of amount of hours that it goes, okay, they've been playing quite a bit, you know, yada yada. If you got over 150 hours, maybe even 200 hours, I can tell by how many hours you have in your rank and some other things, you know, whenever I'm checking your profile and stuff, I can tell that, you know, you've been putting some time into this game. You know, you're not just, you know, getting on there just to fuck around, per se. You know, you're on there, you're trying to put the time, the effort, the work, and everything in there to try to get yourself to a specific rank, you know, to feel proud of yourself for what you're doing and what you're achieving. So I can see that there's, you know, that they're doing good. Social media communications. I mean, you know, we got to at least have like TeamSpeak 3, Skype, Twitter. Not required, but we'd be glad if you do. Of course, you know, you got to join the Steam group to receive updates. It's a last resort of communication, but you know, you can also have Razor comms. There's a bunch of ways of having ways of communication. Through us, you know, it's whatever you got, you know, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Skype. I mean, just whatever kind of social media outlet, you know, anything that you have, you know, as long as we can get in touch with you, we can talk to you, and things like that, it'd be awesome. You know, you gotta have a mic, we gotta be able to hear you, you gotta be able to do call outs, things like that. Um, let's see here. They're also doing about like times supposed to be available after 4:30 Eastern. Well, I'm Central Base Time, so I mean, as long as you're available about 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, you know, 2 p.m. to about, if you're available at least at 2 p.m. and on, you're good. Let's play 2 games for 2+ hours a day. Yeah, well, basically they're saying here, like, you know, you got to be able to play a minimum of 2 games or 2+ hours a day, 3 to 4 days a week, excluding weekends. Weekends, you can do whatever you want. If you want to play, stream, whatever, go for it. Do it. It's great. You're putting more time, more effort into your game. You're practicing on your own time, doing your own thing. The weekends, I see as, you know, that's your time. You're no longer on my time. That's your time. You deal with friends, family, whatever you want to do. It's your weekend. Go do what you're doing. Now, that Monday through Friday, you're on my clock. Not trying to be rude, dick, or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, you're trying it out for a team. You know, you're on my time. You're coming in, you know, you're doing your thing. You're showing me how you can play as a team player, things like that. You know, you're doing your call outs, all this stuff. You know, you're working the maps, and things like that. You know, you got to have at least within a week, you got to at least have like I mean, they say 3 to 4 days a week, you know, for, and 2+ hours of practice, you know, things like that, you know, as your minimum. I at least want the person to have a day, just in a day, at least 4 hours, at least 4 hours in, and I'd say about 4 days out of a week. And also must always practice solo with the team. Basically, always try to play with the team. Try to play with the guys. Try to work on that communication. Try to work on being a team. You know, practice together how you would react and how you would play as a full team. You know, like what you would be doing, how you'd be calling out, who's going to be the opper, things like that. You know, just work on playing as a team and doing the communication. Basically, you know, we're a serious group. You know, we're a serious team in an aspect of that. You know, we're not going to try to run your lives and things like that, but we are being serious. We're taking that step above. We're going not really above and beyond, but like we're taking that leap forward and trying to make this competitive, trying to go towards a pro aspect. We're taking that leap and bound of getting out of casual and going competitive. It's no longer a casual, fun game in a way. I mean, you can have fun and things like that still in play, and I want you to all have a good time. I don't want you to feel miserable and like, you're stuck. I don't want that. I just, I want you to realize that, this is a team. We're trying to do something. We're trying to achieve something. As much as you're helping me in getting the group known and playing and, playing in tourneys and things like that, but, you're also making a name for yourself. I want to pick up people that are basically out there trying to make a name for themselves. They're trying to get out there. They're trying to get noticed. They just started a stream, this and that. They've been streaming a while, or playing this game. And just not a lot of things are really going for them here and there. Or they want a bigger following. They really want to. Somebody out there that plays and plays. They're really good. And but they want to really step out, and they want to be competitive. They want to go that one step above of where they are. They really want to take a leap. They want to take a plunge. I really want to pick up people that are driven. They man. I have to think here. Where's, oh my gosh. Oh, kidding me, my book's over there. Give me 1 second. I swear, dude, this shit's never on my never have any of my shit around when I need it. Basically, it's when you're playing a game, when you're playing CSGO and you're doing, you're trying to go far, things like that, you want to take that extra step. Basically, you practice makes perfect, practice. Watch other players, watch other players, see how they play, what the strats they do, ways they throw their grenades, things like that, how they run their keys on their keyboard, what they use, how convenient it is to them, crosshair placement, your awareness. You got to be very aware of what's going on in the game at all times, because shit happens. Learning guns and map, learn your gun, learn to shoot it, things like that, get better at it, and just focus on it, learn the maps, call outs, things like that. Set up an equipment, don't presume anything, expect the unexpected. Always expect someone to do something fucking crazy, change a strat, things like that. You always got to be on your toes. You always got to try to think ahead of somebody, always be one step ahead, things like that. And also, play and verse better players. Play with players that are better than you, and also play against them, because the more and more you play against them, the more you're going to gradually get better. You're going to eventually beat them at some point in time. You're going to put them on their toes and things like that. These are just little tips. Trying to think here. I'm trying to find. Okay. Basically, it's like, with what we're trying to look for in a player, we're looking for, like, we're looking to build a team chemistry. We're trying to build a chemistry. We're trying to build a group that's really going to synergize. They're going to grow on one another. They're going to be able to work together, play together, even, hang out together, whatever, just really work. There's got to be some discipline. There's got to be discipline in the aspect of, hey, man, this is our practice time. We got to practice. Things that basically we're kind of looking at is like, when we're, you know, you know, there's two different types of players. There's the thinker and there's the natural. Basically, the natural is the guy that is, just always good at all these games, always good at shooter games, and just does a good job, puts up like 30 bombs, things like that. And the thinker is a dude who's, he's smart. He's always running strats, things like that. He's thinking outside of the box. Just really understands the map and things like that, and what we need to do. Are we doing an eco round? Do we need to buy? Do we need to save? Things like that. Also, they gotta appreciate the game. You gotta appreciate the game. Respect it and all kinds of things. And the player also needs to have a willingness to learn. I want the players to, when they're getting together and they're trying to work on their synergy and their communication and everything, to have a willingness to learn, to basically, whenever they make a mistake or a mistake happens, to take that mistake, learn, figure out, okay, what happened, what went wrong, how did, what was the problem, and then to basically take that, learn from it, just mold it into the correct way, and just really fix it. Always be ready to lose. Just no matter what, just don't always expect to be a winning team every time. Don't expect to be Optic Gaming. Look what happened. Denial won. And with the when they went to the championships and all that stuff. And I know that's COD and all that kind of stuff, but look what happened. The Green Wall, Optic Gaming. Look back at Complexity. Look back at them. Who did they lose to? They lost to Optic Gaming. Complexity was a very big group. They were well known. They had the longest streak or whatever in wins. I think it was 12 or 14 championships, a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, just because you're the best or you think you're the best does not mean you're always going to win. That's what I want. I don't want my players to think that they're always going to win. They're always better than everybody else, because you're not. You're not. Just don't have a mindset of thinking you're the shit, so to speak. Just don't. Drop it. You're not. There's always going to be someone better and faster and quicker than you and everything. Always. There always will. Motivation or motivated. I want the person to be motivated. I want them to be pumped up. I want them to be like, yeah, man, I want to do this. I want to take that step ahead, that step forward. I want to be a competitive player. This is what I've wanted to do. I've always worked hard and done this and that, and motivation, I want them to bring that motivation, to bring that drive and that strength and everything when they come over, and bring it to the other guys, motivate them, get them pumped up. That's the point. You're a new group, you're a new team, I want you to mold, I want you to become a really good team. And then when you become good and things like that, the group's got a name for itself, it's bumped up, then you guys, if the time goes down the road, we pick up a couple new players, things like that, you guys can transition to another team. They'll be like, man, we've been following you, you did really good at that group, we'd like to pick you up, and you have a background, you have a potential of going to another team, get picked up from somebody, and just keep building your career. I want to help project people out and get them known and things like that. I want us to be the underdogs, the guys that come out of nowhere and just, make a name for ourselves. Shots overrated. Basically, it doesn't matter if you're a great shot. You can be the greatest shot in the world. It doesn't matter. A lot of times these people thinking man, I can whoop your ass, blah, 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 1v1s. That doesn't mean nothing. A 1v1 means nothing Means absolutely nothing. Okay, that's great. You can beat one dude a shit ton of times. Great. Whoop-de-doo. I don't care. It's about team. It's about working together. There's not an I in team. Okay? Like, it's the point of it is that, it's not all about you. It's about you being able to work with others. I'm wanting to mold and build a group. I'm wanting them to get really good in their communication, a whole bunch of things. I want them to synergize. I don't want them to try to be a lone wolf, It's no lone wolves, okay? Like, no. We're not doing that. And, also intelligence. I mean, like, I want them to be slightly smart, I want them to have an understanding of the game, things like that. I want them to be smart, and I want them to be able to really think outside of the box and really think about the game and think about what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I mean, just basically, just trying to build a team, trying to build a group, and I'm just basically, this is me reaching out and just trying to see if anybody's watching, things like that does play CS:GO or just happens to come by, and they're really wanting to do something with themselves and their gaming and things like that, and they want to make an impact, they want to take that step forward. So this video is basically just, it's a call out. It's basically for recruitment into the group RK, or Righteous Killers. And basically, when you take this step, when you come to us, and wanting to join us, and you do join us, and we play and things like that, I'm wanting us to get to a specific point that when we do, we're taking another step forward, and I'm going to push us forward, and we're going to, things are going to start really moving. They're going to start going forward. I really need to pick up some people, and I just hope I can. I just hope there's some people out there that are really, they're really driven, that they really want to do something. They want to get out there, they want to play, they go to these tourneys and just have a good time, end up like, just going around the world, things like that. I want these people just to be so motivated and everything, and just synergize really well. I just really hope they do, and just, man, this is a different video than what I'm normally used to doing. So, but this is like our recruitment. So I gotta try to be serious, and I'm trying to really focus on the words and things and how I'm going to choose to do this video. So I do apologize for any points where I stop, stutter, or anything like that. So, but I'm just trying to say, we're really looking for potential players for RK right now, and I really hope that we can find some people. I don't want the people coming over to be like the best player in CS:GO. You don't have to be the best player. You could be the worst player, but yet you have the greatest communication skills possible. It's not all about how you play. It is, but I mean, it's not about you running out there and getting kills and kills and kills and just like, yeah, I got a great KD and all this kind of stuff. Like, no, it's just how do you play with others. It's what I'm more focused on. I'm more focused on getting a group that plays really well and synergizes. Synergy, communication, motivation, a driven, has a drive, all that kinds of stuff. I just really hope that we can find some people that can come into the group, become new faces of RK, and bring their potential, bring their drive, bring their motivation, everything, and just bring RK up. And then we'll be a solid group. And we'll get in there. We'll go do some tourneys, things like that. We'll start moving forward, keep going and going and going. And then who knows where we'll go from there. But I really hope you guys, watch the video, get what I'm talking about, things like that, and understand, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, man, I feel this, all right, that's what I want. I want you to feel that, I'm looking for motivated people with a drive, people that want to work in a team that has synergy and good communication. That's what, anytime you're out there and you're trying to do a rank play or anything like that, you want to get a group that's not a bunch of idiots, basically. You want a group of people that know what they're doing. Because people are tired of being in the bronze league, the silver league. They're tired of being in the lower ranks. They want to move up. This is me calling out to you. Hey, you're always tired of being in the dumps and so down low. Like, this is your chance. This is your opportunity. Come on over with us. Work on the communication, the synergy. Build yourself up as a team. Now let's go. Let's do this. Let's go kick some butt. Let's go make a name for ourselves. Let's go far. Let's do this, man. So basically, I'm just going to end this on, we're looking for some good people that, just they bring something. I want them to bring something, themselves and their skills and all that kind of stuff. I just want them to really, make the group work. All kinds of stuff. Just I just hope things will really work out, and I hope we can pick up some really great people. And so I just hope you guys have a good night. I hope that, good luck with your games, all that kind of stuff. Have fun and casual. Just keep it up. And I hope to see you soon. And maybe we'll pick up some new people. Really help.